Hello students, today we are going to start chapter 5 data handling. Before starting it, let us know the meaning of the word data. The collection of numerical facts regarding a particular type of information is called data. For example, if we see the marks obtained by a student in different class tests. So the marks here is what? The data. Now presentation of data. Presentation means how can we represent the data. We can represent the data in the following ways: pictograph, bar graph, double bar graph and histogram. These three things, that pictograph, bar graph and double bar graph, you have done in earlier classes also. Today our main concern is what? How to draw a histogram and how can we represent the data using histogram. So for that, what we need to group the data. How can we group and why should we group? Because when we have to deal with the large data, if the data is small, then no problem is there. But if the data is large, then we have to group the data into the class intervals like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. These are called class intervals. So we have to group the data into class intervals. So here you can see 10 to 20. It is what? It is a class interval. And 10 is called lower class limit. 20 is called the upper class limit. Now the next term is here class size or width. What is class size? Means the difference between the upper class limit and the lower class limit is called class size or width. Now let us take one example in which we will group the data using frequency distribution table. See, it is construct a frequency distribution table for the data on weights in kg of 20 students of a class using intervals 30 to 35, 35 to 40 and so on. So you can see that the data is in the continuous form. Continuous form means after 35 when we are taking the next interval, so 35 is coming in that also. So that means the data is continuous. So in this case, what we have to do, now the question arises, where should we take 35? Because we are using 30 to 35 and 35 to 40. So where should we use 35? So the answer is that 35, that is the number which is in the upper class limit, means which is upper class limit of the class interval will always included in the next interval. Means if we are taking the values from 30 to 35, so 35 will not be included in 30 to 35, that will be included in the next interval, that is 35 to 40. Similarly, if we talk about 40, means the next class upper limit, that will not be included in 35 to 40, that will be included in next class interval. This is very important thing to remember, because otherwise your question will be wrong. So here number one, 30 to 35 means upper class limit will always be included in the next interval. So let us make the tally marks here, because we have given that 30 to 35 we have to take, so we have taken that. So I have seen that the data is coming till 70, means in between the 70, so I have taken the gap of 5 as given in the intervals, and then I'll make a frequency distribution table. Now you can see here it is 40, first number is 40, so you will cancel it. And now as I told you, where will 40 lie? 40 will lie in the third interval, that is 40 to 45, not in 35 to 40. So we will put a tally mark over here. Then comes 38. So 38, that is very simple, will lie between 35 to 40. 33 in first interval, 48, In the fourth interval, 60. Now again question is 60. So 60 is here and here also. So where will we take? In 60 to 65. So 1, then 53, cancel and write a tally mark over there. Then 31, 46, 34 will lie in 30 to 35, then 36 will lie in 35 to 40, 49 will lie in 45 to 50, then 41 will lie in 40 to 45, 55 will lie in 55 to 60, 49, 65 will be lying in the last interval, then 42, 44, then 47. So here it will come 5, so we have to take the symbol of 5, then 38, then 39. So now you can write down the frequency. 3 tally marks are there, so 3 frequency means number of times it is coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4, then 5, then 1, 1, 1, 1. The total should be 20 as we have taken the data of 20 students. So you can add them. You can see the total is 20. So that means we have make a frequency distribution table here. So after that we will draw the histogram. Now let us draw the histogram for the grouped frequency distribution table which we have made now. For that you have to draw two axes, x-axis and y-axis. As you know, horizontal axis is called x-axis and vertical is called y-axis. On x-axis always we will take the class intervals and on y-axis always the frequency, and here the frequency was about number of students. Now as you know, the class intervals are started from 30 to 35, but the gap is here of 5. So we will write here 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, then 70. So as you know, we have taken the gap of 5, 5, but the interval 0 to 30, this is not representing 5, but rest of the other intervals are showing the gap of 5. So always we know that gap should be same, but here the gap is not same, so we will use the sign of kink here. Kink means that the first interval is not showing the same gap. We are not representing 0 to 30 here. We are starting from 30 to 35. Then we will see write here number of students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now in 30 to 35, how many students were there? 3. So draw a line here, 3, and make a bar as you do in bar graph. Then in 35 to 40 there are 4 students. So next, as you know, it is in continuous form, so we will not take gap. In histogram we will not take gap. We have to just show it like that. Then comes 40 to 45. Here also the number of students were 4. So we will make a bar here. Then in 45 to 50 there are 5 students. So I will take a bar of 5, then from 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 60 to 65, 65 to 70. There are 1 students. So I can take 1 bar over there and I'll draw the bars. So our data was up to 60. So I have made up to 70, sorry. So I have made up to 70. So this is what? This is called histogram when we are not taking the gap as in bar graph.